We imagine the cloud as weightless, but its reality is heavy metal, spinning disks, and massive, power-hungry exhaust fans. Over the last decade, storage costs plummeted so low that global enterprises stopped throwing things away, adopting a reckless, save-everything mindset. This created a phenomenon known as dark data, massive archives of information collected during normal business and then completely abandoned. 50 years ago, data processing was highly visible. You could walk through aisles of roaring mainframes and physically see the footprint. Moving to invisible storage has hidden the physical friction that now accumulates every time an organization hits save. This chart breaks down enterprise storage capacity. Exactly 55% of global corporate data sits completely dormant. In specific industries, healthcare abandons 80% of clinical notes and medical imaging. Manufacturing pipelines drop 70% of mechanical telemetry and IoT data into the void. By the year 2025, this unchecked digital hoarding is projected to reach 60 zettabytes of forgotten information worldwide. Maintaining this dormant archive costs $350 billion every single year in infrastructure and generates a larger carbon footprint than the entire global aviation industry. What was supposed to be a strategic, competitive asset has decayed into an incredibly expensive drain on resources. The financial cost is only the beginning. These forgotten legacy databases are filled with unmapped, personally identifiable information, sitting completely unprotected. Nearly 70% of organizations admit they have no idea exactly what sensitive data they store or where it even resides on their servers. That creates a massive, invisible attack surface for threat actors. When these abandoned records are breached, the average cost to the company hits $5 million per incident. Regulators are losing patience. The Irish Data Protection Commission levied a €1.2 billion fine against Meta simply for poor data governance and transfer practices. Retaining these expired records creates a highly asymmetrical financial risk for the board. The problem compounds when companies deploy artificial intelligence. Connecting a modern AI agent to a 5-year-old digital landfill breaks the system entirely. When language models ingest uncurated, obsolete noise, they hallucinate. You end up paying premium API token rates just to process absolute garbage. The solution requires a completely different approach to cloud architecture, one borrowed from industrial designer Dieter Rams, the philosophy of less but better. We call this restorative engineering. It is the active, deliberate process of stripping away unused digital assets to restore functional clarity to an infrastructure. In the age of AI, manually organizing a hoarding problem is a waste of time. Minimal data storage is the only reliable path to model accuracy. Achieving this digital minimalism doesn't mean asking employees to manually sort through old folders. It requires automated, ruthless execution. The first step is to run a script to audit your cloud storage environment, isolating any AWS S3 buckets untouched for 24 months. Once isolated, you enforce a strict 90-day time-to-live deletion policy on all of that unprocessed machine telemetry and old API logs. This protocol executes across millions of dormant files in under 200 milliseconds, immediately starving the overgrown data lake. It intercepts useless data and cleanly terminates it from the server, long before it can decay into a toxic compliance liability. By purging this deadweight, the immediate financial relief is obvious. Cloud operational overhead and monthly billing drop instantly. These multi-million-dollar vulnerabilities are definitively closed simply because the unmapped, sensitive information no longer exists to be stolen. And as the physical server load decreases, the enterprise's total energy consumption and carbon footprint fall right alongside it. The most advanced, secure infrastructures hold exactly what they need and absolutely nothing more.